Hello, my name's Kelly Lemon, and here we are at Excel with Property Investor News, and I'm here with Scott. Scott, thank you for joining us.
Absolute pleasure.
Scott, tell us a bit about yourself and the company.
The company's been established now for just over 40 years. We specialise predominantly in short-term finance, very quick, convenient funding, not just dedicated to the auction market where the requirement for such fast finance is a must, but expanding in beyond that, assisting property investors that see the use of our type of fast, flexible funding as an angle to help them buy and assist their profit margins.
And what are you seeing on the ground at the moment, given the stamp duty, windows closed, and also the interest rate, the interest implication changes from Osborne? What are you seeing?
Certainly prior to the deadline date of the 1st of April, madness, and I mean that in a really, really good way. We achieved our record figures last month, which was phenomenal. A great effort by ourselves and the entire group. Prior to that, I think it's a little bit too early to tell. Certainly in the auction market, where we've only gone 2 weeks beyond the stamp duty, do I think it's going to be an impact long term? Not really, because again, ultimately, with regards to the 3%, it's just going to be something that falls into one's profit margin, a necessary cost at the end of the day. With regards to the changes coming into play next year, again, I think that's something where the accountants would need to look into. I think people may look for other ways of purchasing property, whether that be through incorporation, quite possibly. Again, but I think with regards to the property investor market, they're shrewd and savvy enough to find the angle. I'm very much a glass half full person, so I'm always going to answer that in a positive fashion. I don't think there's necessarily going to be a long-term impact. We're a growing ageing population with a housing shortage. People are always going to have to need to buy houses to live in. Sadly, the way the market has gone, or fortunately the way the market has gone, it's difficult for the first-time buyers to get on the property ladder. Of course, there are changes in place to make that a little bit easier, which again is a positive. But that's good for investors, especially those looking to buy to let, etc.
What trends are you seeing? Are you seeing investors maybe look at different ways of doing things, or are they targeting different projects?
Yeah, a good question, and there is a lot of diversification. Those that are moving into the commercial arena, looking for change of use to convert into residential. That's very, very much on the rise. Also, those looking to achieve income from property. It goes without saying that the HMO market has grown over the last few years also.
And what do you see with the EU referendum? Is that a big risk factor, or is that something that you think investors aren't too concerned about?
I think, again, like with the face of changing regulations in the financial services industry, it's always going to have to play a part, and it's another thing to be mindful of. Again, maybe it's me at this point in time, very, very much glass half full. I dare say it's an obstacle, partially for the right reasons, but I don't think it's going to have a long-term impact.
And do you see any risks, short and long term, to the auction markets?
I would like to think not, no.
Scott, thank you very much for your optimistic outlook.
Thank you.
Much appreciated your time. Thank you ever so much. That was Scott. We're here at the Excel Centre. My name's Kelly Lemon, and this is an interview for Property Investor News.